Hey YouTube, John Madden from YouGoProBaseball.com, and I wanted to make a short video today about contacting college coaches and how to get them out to your games and your showcases and travel ball tournaments. Now the main thing behind this is all about how you market yourself to these coaches, how you get your name out there and make yourself known. I want to take for example, if you had a website, if you built a website and you wanted people to come in and check out your website, you wouldn't just send one email to someone and hope that they came in. You would have multiple avenues and you would make it easy for that person to find your information. That's the same idea behind these college coaches. To go back to the website, you might be on Google, Yahoo, Bing, you'd have a blog, you'd be a YouTube channel possibly, paid advertisement. There's multiple avenues. And like I said, the same with college coaches. You don't just want to send them regular letters, or you don't want to just send them emails. There's different things that you can do and make it easy for them to contact you or come see you if they want to. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think that you should go and bombard them and send them mail every week and send them emails, phone calls, and the coach might be like, whoa, this kid's a little crazy, I don't know about this, and you might get scared, throw it away. So there's a fine line between what you should do and how often you should do it as far as getting your name out there. I put together a list of 5 things that I recommend for you to try in this college recruiting process or this marketing process, and it's been helping a lot of guys. It's helped a few of my students, a few of my viewers. I know a lot of you guys have been asking questions about it, so this is what I put together for you guys. It's a list of 5 things, in order how you should go about this marketing process and contacting these college coaches. Alright, the first thing you got to do is put a list of schools that you are interested in together, get them together, the ones that you like. I wrote a program about a year ago that suggested a 25, 50, and 25 program, meaning you pick 25 schools that you really like, and it might be harder to get into these schools and play on an everyday basis or even make the team, but you're still going to market yourself to them. Who knows, you could do well one time or a few times. They see you have a great year and now you're getting scholarship money from one of the schools that you really wanted to go to but you didn't think you had a chance of going to. So we're going to pick 25 of those schools, then 50 schools where we think that we can really fit into. As far as playing wise, you can contribute to the team, you feel comfortable, it's a level of baseball that you think you can play on, and you have a chance of getting some scholarship money. Then there's the other 25 where it might not be schools that you really want to go to, but you feel that you can go there and play on an everyday basis and or get some scholarship money. So I wrote that program about a year ago. I don't offer it anymore on the website. I'm starting to think that that was a little ambitious and also costly for 100 schools, and time consuming. For 100 schools, you have to send out a few things to all of these schools a couple times. So you're talking about postage, time is very important, especially to you and probably your parents, and just the footwork of doing the research and everything like that. So I'm starting to think a more realistic program would be a 10, 10, and a 10. 10 schools that you really like, 10 that you fit into, and 10 that you could do well at. And I think that, it all depends on how ambitious you are, how much work you want to put into it. I think the more work you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. The more you get your name out there, the more exposure you're going to get. That's all it boils down to in baseball or in business. That's how it works. It's all about the marketing. The next thing you're going to do is put together your first written contact with these coaches, a physical written letter to these coaches. Now, the main thing you want to remember when writing to these coaches is you want to address them by their name, their last name, Dear Coach Burke or Dear Coach Higlin or whoever it is. You don't want to just write Dear Coach. They may look at it and just disregard it. I've heard that happens to, with some college coaches. They look at it and they throw it away. So you don't want that to happen to you. I don't know if it does happen or if it doesn't, but I've heard it. So why not take the extra minute to see who the coach is and write down his name. The other thing with writing the physical written contact, I think that you should do it the beginning of your junior year. If you're playing fall ball your junior year, you need to send it out before the fall season, and that way you can send out a schedule with it. If you're just playing the high school season that year, send it out, Christmas time or before, just to get it out and get that schedule in. Third thing you need to do is set up an online profile. Now there's many places you can set up an online profile. Some of them are very expensive, some of them are inexpensive. We happen to have one here on YouGoProBaseball.com that is very inexpensive and actually on sale right now. What you do is you can go on there, you can have a video, a highlight video, or just video of you practicing your skills. It's also got a calendar, any information about you, stats, coaches' recommendations, any information you want the college coaches to see. So I suggest you go check that out right now. I put a link in the description box. If you're watching this on YouTube, where is it? On this side? It's over here in the description box. All right, there's a link up there straight to there. You can check out a few examples and see if it's something you like. Again, it's on sale right now, so I suggest you go check it out. Which brings us to the fourth thing that you should do. The fourth thing you need to do is send an email to these college coaches, and the same thing goes with the email as it does with the physical written contact. You want to address the coach by his name or last name. So, Dear Coach Staggs or Dear Coach Carter. You don't want them to just see it, and this is even easier for them to delete in the email as opposed to a physical letter. They just takes one click. So you want to address them by their name. Also, what you want to do is take your unique URL that you got from YouGoProBaseball.com. By the way, it would say your URL would be www.yougopro.baseball.com/yourname.html. So it would be your unique page, and it would actually come up in some search engine results. So that's another good thing. But as far as the email purposes, the reason you have them is for any emails that you put out, you could just put your link in there. Coaches can click on it and it comes up right to your page with your video and your stats and everything like that. That's why it's a great combination for the online profile and the emails that you're sending these coaches. So the last thing you need to do is send a schedule for every season that you play. So if you're playing fall ball, winter ball, high school ball, summer ball, every year you need to send these coaches 4 schedules per year. Now, this is where it may get a little tricky when the coaches are like, oh my God, this guy is crazy, sending me too much stuff. So I like to tell my guys, have a reason for sending the schedules. I like to tell them to put in something good that they did that month or the season before. Not necessarily statistics or anything like that, but more of like in the community. One of my guys, wrote a coach and said, hey coach, of course he put his last name, Dear Coach whatever, I went to Give Kids the World this weekend and I realized that I was taking life and baseball for granted. I'm working harder than ever now. That's it, period. Put the schedule in, and he got a great response from that. Coaches actually wrote him back on that one. So now, don't get me wrong here. Don't just make up stuff. Don't say, Dear Coach, whoever, I helped an old lady across the street. Here's my schedule. No, you can't be lying about this stuff. You really got to do it. It's got to be sincere. There's got to be some sincerity behind it. But I say, no reason to not share that if it's going to help you out, but only if it's real and it's sincere. And I think he got a great response from it, and I think it's a great way to go about it, and it kind of doesn't make the coaches feel like they're getting just bombarded, just seeing schedules and schedules and schedules and schedules. So I think that's a great way to go about it. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, this is some great information, but when do I put it into use? Do I start doing this in middle school, or do I start it when I'm a senior in high school? Well, almost all I'm going to say for now is you need to do it in the beginning of your junior year, like I mentioned before. There's another video on when to do all this stuff and more, like taking the SAT and other things like that. So watch that video. But if you're a junior or a senior and you haven't started this yet, I recommend you start doing this today.